What's up guys, my name is Ace, and we finally got our very first look at Spec Ops in Modern Warfare. Just today they released a very short sort of teaser trailer. It doesn't really dive in deeply as to how everything works, but we also did get a blog post from Activision that does explain things in greater detail, and in today's video I wanted to cover those details for you guys. So first up, Spec Ops is a continuation of the story for Modern Warfare alongside the campaign. So it all ties into the same world, and something that we have known about for a long time, but I thought I'd mention again in this video, is there is cross-progression between modes as well. So any leveling up you do within Spec Ops or campaign, this also applies to multiplayer. Now, Spec Ops is divided into two different modes. There's operations as well as missions. Also survival if you're on PS4, but not so much if you're on Xbox or PC for an entire year, which is ridiculous, but we're going to be focusing on the other modes today because we just found out about them. Operations are 4-player co-op, and you can actually matchmake with this as well, so you don't have to get your friends. You can search for a match and match up with 3 random players if you'd like to. And in this, it just says there will be varying objectives, each culminating in the removal or destruction of a key logistical aspect of the Al-Qatala army. Something that's really interesting about this is different strategies will cause the AI to react in different ways. Now, I don't know if this is just kind of PR talk and marketing gimmicks. It'll be interesting to see how this actually plays out. But apparently, depending on how you and your squad are playing, this can change the outcome of the battle. Now, apparently at launch, there will be 4 multi-stage operations and then more down the road, which, by the way, any other Spec Ops experiences, with the exception of survival, that will be coming at the same time across all platforms. So that's really good to see. There's no exclusivity on that part, just the survival aspect. And that's really nice to see. I really hope, though, that these 4 multi-stage operations actually take a decent amount of time to get through. It would kind of suck if it was just like you could blast through all of them within an hour or something, because that wouldn't be much for replayability. But in either case, the operations seem to be the main focus of Spec Ops. However, there are also missions which complement these multi-stage operations, and these ones can be played solo or with up to 4 players. So it seems like you can go in solo, or you can just go in with a duo if you'd like, or you can matchmake and have 4 players. And this one is going to be far more limited than the operations. It's not going to be as big and wide scale as operations. They're going to be more small scale things. Now, Activision describes missions as a more curated experience where your proficiency with the specific weapons, killstreaks, and other tools will be tested. They are apparently extremely replayable, and you're able to achieve that 1, 2, or 3-star rating, just like you could in the past with Spec Ops, which is really, really nice to see. I'm really looking forward to getting 3 stars on all of the missions. So that's pretty much it for the 2 different modes. Missions are basically the Spec Ops experience that we were used to in the past, but now we have operations on top of that, which appear to be a much larger aspect of Spec Ops this time around, and I'm really looking forward to actually seeing some proper gameplay of that. A few other details about operations that they went into a little bit further is operations carry over all of the operators, loadouts, and progress made in multiplayer, which we kind of already knew that, but you can bring your loadouts into the operations, so it looks like it's not going to be chosen for you. You actually go in, you pick your gun with the gunsmith and everything, and your perks and all of that, and then you will load that into the actual operations themselves. Additionally, when it comes to the storyline, even though it is alongside the main campaign, apparently the 2 different sides, Coalition and Allegiance, have formed an alliance for Spec Ops. I think this is mainly just so you can use whichever operator you'd like, and it's a way to make the story kind of make sense because you'll be fighting alongside other people that are using operators from the other side. So I really think that's all that is. And also, it does say on the blog post that while you do choose your loadout and your operator, you do also have to select a role, and the roles that we'll have access to are Assault, Recon, Engineer, Demolition, Medic, and Heavy. And each one of these roles will come equipped with a field upgrade and a class-specific perk. And I'm really glad to see this, because just bringing your regular loadouts in for multiplayer, that's not really that much depth added to the experience. So with this, now you do have to choose your roles wisely and play off of your teammates depending on which roles they are playing as well. Additionally, killstreaks will be in operations, and with this you pick 3 types of munitions that offer similar effects to killstreaks in the multiplayer mode. And apparently these munition boxes aren't part of your equipment, but rather they're located in a random location across the map. So you have to actually go and find these, and then you'll be able to call in those streaks. Now finally, we did get a few more details on the Spec Ops survival mode, which of course has had a lot of controversy around it because there is a 1-year exclusivity for PS4. So therefore, PS4 players get it at launch, but Xbox and PC players have to wait basically an entire year to play the survival mode. With this, they did mention that at launch, we will only have access to Spec Ops Survival on 3 of the multiplayer maps. I'm sure that will expand over time, but it does look like it's going to be quite limited, at least at launch. So maybe the Xbox and PC players aren't missing out on a whole lot, but at the same time, of course, I do feel they should have access to this mode, because for a lot of people, this mode is a very big deal, and they'll be spending a lot of their time here. But in any case, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I'd like to know in the comments section below, based on the trailer as well as the blog post, which by the way, I will leave linked down below if you guys want to check that out and see all of the little details surrounding Spec Ops. Let me know your thoughts about all of this though in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
Yeah.